talk to you about this particular entity, okay, that interacted with me on one of my travels. And, it has happened to me before, so I may have told you about one of the incidents. But I'm coming back again, because, it has happened again. And, but anyway, it started off, I was just lying in bed, and then all of a sudden I had this grip on my stomach, this real tight grip on my stomach, It always starts and begins like this, and I want to talk about it because there's some people out there have gone through this, and I doubt they would talk about it. Some people may want to share, their stories, and some people, may want to keep it personal. But, on my channel, I tend to talk about the things and stuff like that, that ails me, and I want to talk to my family about it, okay? So if it's okay with my family, I'm going to talk about it. And so anyway, I felt that tight grip on my stomach. And immediately I was very uncomfortable, okay? Well, what I did, I looked around, and whatever the entity was, it concealed itself from me. But it took me to a dark place. We were free falling backwards. So we went to this dark place. And in this dark place, I saw the mountains. And I noticed that the mountains were made up of souls. And each soul was like a rock that made up the mountain. So imagine how many souls can be in that mountain. And as I fell, I could hear the voices, and I could hear the torment in their voices. But for some reason, I was not touched. Even though I was in this black abyss of flaming souls, I felt no heat, I felt no pain, but instead I felt bliss, and I had this very beautiful, orgasmic experience. And it was almost as if though each rock, each soul, cried out during the orgasm, as if though they felt it too. But the reason why I wanted to talk about this particular entity is because I want to describe to you exactly what he looked like, and to see if you all could relate. And I noticed that the same entity raged some war with a few people that were my enemy, and they told me about him, and they said that he came to them in their sleep to wage war, to fight and cause destruction. And when they described him, and I was like, oh my goodness, that because the entity was sort of like my lover, and I was like, I was saying in my head, I'm like, wow, that's my lover, So now this is a very personal experience, so this is not for, just the average person to be listening to, unless they're my family, because I know my family is a very understanding family, and it's only for them. The rest of the people on the outside won't understand this. And so I kind of wanted to give you a description of him, and I know he's real, and I know he goes from place to place to place because he's waged war with a few people that, that are my enemies, okay? And just to think about it, one particular person said that he came to them and he tried to. They were in a bowling alley. In their sleep, they were in a bowling alley. And that this entity came to them and threw the bowling ball at them. And, he was acting like he was going to roll the ball as if though he was playing, playing in the game. But instead, he threw the bowling ball at them. And they ducked and got out of the way just in time. And another one told me that, the same entity came to them they were in a castle. And see, I always go to the castle with this particular entity. So this entity is very protective of me, and it's what's so weird, I look forward to seeing him, but anyway, we always go to this castle together. But another one of my so-called enemies said that this same entity took him to the castle. And they said they wanted to get in the castle and get me out of there. And the entity wouldn't let him get me. Because he was like, just really possessive. And he was like, oh no, you're not going to go in here. And so he said that you know, my enemy said that he swooped them in the air and had them by their heads or their jacket or whatever they had on, and said, you know, I can throw you. You know, and they were like, well, you know, they used their mind over matter and said, no, you're not going to throw me. I'm more powerful than you. And he swooped down and he sat them down on the ground. But I want to kind of tell you what he looks like. And y'all can form y'all opinion of who y'all think he is. But this is what he looks like. He has this very dark skin. Okay? He has kind of like vampire teeth. He has like a beard. That sit here is very excessively curly. He has horns, and within his horns, his hair is sort of like my hair. He has a very, very long black wings, very long wings. Excuse me, camera get to me. He has no clothing on, and then his feet look like the feet of a duck. See if I got all of that right. And that's what he looks like. So you all may have your own opinions of who y'all think that is or what y'all think that is. But whoever he is, he's a very loving spirit towards me. And he's taking me to the underworld, you know. I've never gone, and then like I said, you know, I know he's a low vibrational, you know, God or spirit or entity or deity or whatever he is. He vibrates low because every time he comes, he always takes me to the underworld. It seems like that's the only place he can go, and he takes me to the castle. That's why I'm so fascinated. I know you all looked at the channel and seen a lot of castles, but that's why I'm so fascinated with castles, because that's where he and I go a lot to. You know, matter of fact, we got a little leak too in the castle too. We tend to have a leak right there because everything's made out of like bricks and stone and stuff like that. So we got puddles of water somewhere in the hallway. It's real deep, you know, the castle is. And we can look out and we can see the ocean view and all that. It's a beautiful castle, you know. And I don't know if I told you all the whole story or whatever about me, him, and the castle. But I'm going to tell you a little bit more because I may as well just go ahead and tell my family about it, you know. Because I know now that, you know, my family understands. And I just wanted to share that with you. And I think we'll get deeper into more of our secrets and stuff. I don't know. I may need to talk to him before I just get too deep with you all about him. You know. And so I'll be back in just a little bit, okay? Bye-bye.